Yo, we in there. We in there. Uh. Good morning, good afternoon, good morning to another episode of One Brain. I'm your host, Dōmo Jones. Listen, we're in episode 9, y'all. It's like every week we doing it big. And doing it big every week. Let's go. Make sure y'all. Hey, Pink Diva Rock Star, I love you. I love you. Make sure. Hey, Tim here. What up, dude? What up, dude? Make sure you guys like, comment, share. I want to see y'all in the comments because y'all know I'll be calling people out because that's how we get down. So I'm your host, Dōmo Jones. I am a disability confidence coach. I do have a disability. I got a few little businesses on the side, and I am the number one, the only one TV. I'm speaking it. I'm speaking it. Okay, talk show host that has a disability, that has guests with a disability or a limitation. We breaking stigmas in this month, Oprah. Like, I'm coming to see you soon. Let's be very clear. All right, house rules. Let's get them out the way real quick. So, one, no profanity. We don't get that down here. No profanity. We don't do no bashing on politics. We don't do no bashing on religion, race, or gender. From one blood, he made all the nations. So that's how we gonna rock till the end. You feel me? Let's go. And also, this show is about the disabled community. But we're gonna expand it. This show is definitely about bringing awareness, confidence, understanding, even just a weight of knowledge to the disabled community, as well as giving people awareness of how we live, how we can strive, and to keep going past your circumstance, past your condition, past your limitation, past your disability. Last thing, and this is the most important thing ever, we will be talking about Jesus Christ. Why? Because without him, we are nothing. And I know for sure I am nothing. So if I got the platform, guess what? He gonna get all the clout. Hey, we gonna get all the clout. Okay, let's do this 5-minute moment real quick. Okay, so last week, y'all know I didn't sprain my foot, my right foot, my driving foot. Don't ask why. Just, it's me. Okay, so thank you. So, are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? So Saturday, this past Saturday, the girl done sprained her other foot. Father help today. I mean, like, what we doing, Domo? Like, I was sitting down. Okay, I was coming back from the bathroom, but I was sitting down. Like, the father wants me to sit down and be seated. I am. Like, I'm trying. I just want to be great. I just want to be great, man. Are y'all praying for my strength in the Lord and the fullness thereof? I hope y'all are. Oh, but I'm gonna get it. Don't even fret though, cause the bounce back game is real. The bounce back game is real. Don't even sleep on your girl. Don't even sleep on your girl. Man. All right. So this is the hi grandma. I love you. So I just want to know, are y'all ready for my next guest? Like, I hope y'all not even ready. Cause she not even ready, but she about to be ready. Let me tell y'all, please show her some love because this is her very first time talking about her story. So show her love. You know how we do. Like, show her love. Just give her warm. Like, let her feel like that. Like, this platform is what platform? Stay Farm. This platform is safe because it is. This is a safe haven. and she gonna be talking to her sister anyway. Aricka Ja'Vette, Aricka Ja'Vette, Aricka Ja'Vette,
I said,
Aricka Ja'Vette. What up though? How you living? How you? How? Aricka, what's happened? What happened?
I'm
Are
still
we
having
back?
some audible issues. I can't hear anything. Can you hear
You can
me?
hear? I can hear you very well.
Oh wow.
You can't hear it
Yeah, I
out even
can't hear
with
anything.
your earpiece
Uh,
in.
yeah, I tried taking it off.
Take it off and see. No, no.
Can
Oh,
you
now
hear
I can.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Uh,
No, or yes, or no, or yes, or 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 no. Can you? Can you? Are we good now? Or no?
okay.
We good now? No, it was going so good behind the stage
All
too.
right, can you hear me now? Or
I
you
can
can
hear
hear me?
you.
Can you say something?
I can hear you. Can
I
you hear
don't know
me?
why.
Can you hear me or no? No.
Okay.
Oh my god. Where did she go? Oh no. Yo, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. But it's all good though. We're gonna keep her pushing. We're gonna keep her pushing. Alright, so until she come back, let me tell y'all the blessing of sitting down. Okay? Because um it's like every single time I have to sit down, um, God be giving me like dropping stuff. So because I sat down, now I was able to actually start writing my book, my third book. And I've been putting it off for so long. I've been putting it off for so long. And I'm just so grateful that if I wasn't sitting down, I probably wouldn't even be writing because I would be so busy. Like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I gotta Ebony, what up? Love you. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And um I thank God that I'm sitting down. On top of that, I was also given an opportunity to be one of the 10 authors chosen to write an anthology, write a chapter of an anthology of my story. And if I wasn't sitting down, I definitely would not have that opportunity to even answer the call. You feel me? Like I would have been busy, like super, super, super busy. But it's okay though, because God be knowing, man. He just be knowing, and I'm just so grateful about that. Okay, one thing. We don't get off of that because we already know God is good. But let me tell y'all, let me tell y'all, when I was driving, I'm sorry, when I was driving, and I would go to, I'm about to give y'all the things that I have to deal with. Okay, this is stuff that I got to deal with on a daily basis that nobody be seeing. So about 2.5 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, um, I was able to drive without my shoe. And before that, I wasn't able to drive with my shoe on like at all since I was 16, right? So when I actually just like I was like, you know what? I don't feel like driving home and take off my shoe, then put it back on. We ain't doing all that. So I was able to drive with my shoe on, right? So I was like, let's go. We in there. I ain't got nothing extra. All right, cool. Now, fast forward, I got a new car about a month ago. And let me tell y'all, I gotta take off my doggone shoe when I drive again. Why? One, because my shoes are getting too big and the space between the foot and the shoe, well, there's an even bigger space. I don't know if my feet are getting skinnier or thinner. I mean smaller, but it's okay though. We gonna work with it. And then the pedal is slippery. that don't help someone that really can't feel at the bottom of their foot, right? That really doesn't. But I'm grateful that I have a little bit more room in the car to put my shoe on. I don't have to step outside and put my shoe on. That's a little dangerous, but you know, we in there. Um Also, I'm super hesitant because it's like now I have a camera in the back I can see, right? And I'm not used to it. So I'm super hesitant to use it because I'm used to like turning my neck. Like I'm super used to turning my neck, right? So I'm like, okay, do I use it? Y'all gotta help me. Y'all gotta help me. Y'all gotta help me. Y'all gotta guide me. Y'all gotta help me. Y'all gotta guide me. Because I'm still new. I'm learning this whole new technology thing. I'm grateful for it, but I'm learning it. Man, I'm so sad that Erica's not on, but hopefully we'll bring her back on. If not this episode, then we'll definitely bring her back on because I want her story to be shared for sure. She has an amazing story. So, I was able to Boss Lady Bailey. If y'all don't know, put that shit on the praise. I got you, grandma. I got you, grandma. So I'm super grateful. I was talking to the Boss Lady Bailey, and she told me that I can do a season two, and I'm like super beyond grateful. So, with that being said, I just want y'all to know that the guests that I choose, I'm not gonna be talking about myself all the time because this show is not about me. This platform is not about me. I will be sprinkling in, some stories here and there, but this platform is specifically for people that have limitations, disabilities. At first, my mindset was to go on just specifically disability only. But although that's great, my viewers and my listeners aren't only people with disabilities. So why not branch it out more? They're going to be nurses. They're going to be people that have organizations. They're going to be nonprofit owners. They're going to be business owners. There's going to be doctors on here. Yeah, y'all don't sleep. And not everyone is going to have a disability, like a physical disability like I do, or like other guests. There's going to be a plethora because this platform is for awareness, confidence, and just a piece of first gratitude because we're here for a reason, right? That's one. And two, just awareness of don't let the disability fool you, but don't let the looks fool you because people have been through things that sometimes you would never even say or notice. You just see like the fluff. You see, the camera ready. You see the glasses. You see all that stuff, and you don't know people are really dealing with or have dealt with some trying times. For real, for real, for real. And I definitely want that to be noticed. I love getting the underdogs. That's my judge. Like I love getting people that no one typically see or no one typically know of or people that just don't talk, don't know. Um that's what we gonna get. So I want y'all to know, be ready because this is the icing on the cake. We only on episode 9. And best believe this is about to be rolling, rolling, rolling. This is about to be rolling forever until the Lord say different. This is really about to be rolling. And I'm super excited. I always want to thank She Is Dope Network, Boss Lady Bailey, for giving me this opportunity. For sure, for sure. Is she back on? Let's
I'm back
go.
on. I'm back on. I'm back on. Woo!
Let's go. Let me tell y'all, I am so glad. God, the devil, he can't
He
stop
tried it.
nothing, bro.
He tried it. He
Okay,
tried it though.
but we back. we back. If y'all don't know, this is Erica J. Now we about to
What
get
up?
into it for real. Erica J, like, yo, first of all, this is my sister, y'all. Like, for real. She, y'all, I told y'all the
We ain't
story in my
never
five
breaking
minute
up.
moment. No, I'm breaking
We
up.
ain't, no, we ain't never
Oh,
breaking up.
I was about to be like, Lord Jesus, Father.
No.
Man. Okay, so I told y'all my 5 minute moment when I'm down and out right now. She was one of the ones that came over and spent the night, make sure I was good, make sure the house was clean. Like that's my sister for real. So I'm forever grateful. All right, so let's get into your story.
Get into
I mean,
it.
which one? Which
There's many.
which one? Okay, let's talk about the aphid.
The AFib.
Let's talk
Okay,
about the
so
aphid.
let's get into that real quick. So at this time, me and my aunt are still fostering. And this was my aunt's birthday. So we went to Glen Ivy, super dope place. If you've never been, you should definitely try. Once we got there, I was feeling great. I had a Starbucks. I was eating scones. I was putting my foot in the water. It was great. We ended up getting a couple of drinks. Me and my cousins were getting a couple of drinks. And um, so after the second one, I was cool. And then my cousin was like, "Oh, Erica, can you just like take over mine?" And I was like, okay, whatever. That's fine." So I took the drink and I was fine, went into the sauna, was fine then, came back out. Mind you, I'm keeping hydrated. So I'm drinking a whole lot of water. It's a whole lot of liquids that day.
Right, right, right.
And I get into the pool. So I put my foot in the pool. It was kind of cold, and I was like, "Ah, let me just go in." So I just kind of like dove into the water. And as I was underneath, my chest started to get really tight. And I was like, "Wait, what's that? That's weird." I was like, "Oh, maybe I need to burp." So I got up from being submerged. I got up and I burped, but it wasn't over. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not feeling weird. So my aunt was like, "Oh, are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm not feeling okay." So I went and I sat on the side and my chest just started getting tighter. It just felt like tighter and tighter and tighter.
Mhm.
And so I was like, "You know what? I need to go ahead and sit down back to my chair." And I was like, "Well, how am I going to get there? Because I'm far away." So
Right.
as I'm walking, it felt like the scene from Kill Bill where she did the little five smacks to the little
Oh
chest.
yeah.
And he's like that fifth step, and he was going to collapse. That's exactly how I felt. I honestly don't even remember how I even got to the chair. However, I did, and I woke up and it was dark, and I was like, this is weird.
Right.
I'm still feeling weird. I'm still feeling nauseous. And one of the workers got the bag for me in case if I needed to throw up. And um, we left thereafter. So we left, and on my way home, I was like, "Honey, I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe to go home and sleep with my chest is tight." She was like,
Right.
"Okay, well, I want to take you to the doctor, have your mom meet me. That way I can go and get the littles, our foster kids."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So get to the hospital. I don't really quite remember after she got my name. All I remember is being drugged to the back, and then I passed out again, and I woke up with about six doctors standing in front of me. And I'm like,
Hey.
uh, "Hi." "Hi, Miss Wright. How are you doing?" My chest is a little tight." "Oh, it's just a little tight." That's what he did. He's like, "It's a little tight." I was like, "Yeah, just feeling discomfort." He goes, "Well, it's kind of weird that you've been laying here doing nothing and your heart rate is over 250 beats and you're not doing anything." Yeah, are so how are you really feeling?" So, I kind of scoot up in the chair because I'm like doing the math in my head, like, what's going on? So after that, he was like, "We have to get your heart rate to go low." So I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh my gosh." So my mom, she in the hospital with me. She put her hand on me.
The
She
blood
put her
of
hand on my
Jesus.
forehead. The blood of Jesus, not my baby. She praying. She's speaking in tongues. All of that. So it's crazy. And then my heart rate would not go down. It was still going up. It was still going up to like 200. He had got it down to like 175, and then he got it. And then it went up. So
Mm.
they were like, okay, Aricka, we're gonna try one more time, and we might have to put you under. Put me under how? We're gonna put you in a coma. Hmm? So my mom was like, no. My mom was like, no. She's speaking in tongues in my ear. The blood of Jesus, not my baby. And they do it. They do it again. So they inject me with another dose of medication, and my heart still goes up. I'm like, okay, Lord, I need to like take some deep breaths. I don't know if I need to like calm down. But I remember at this time that I would live and not die. And I remember that
Right?
being said to me while I was like, I will live and not die. This is not going to be the end for me. So
Yeah.
it was crazy because he was like, okay, we're going to try another thing before we try to put you under. It's like, whatever you got to
Anything. Just,
do, you
right.
do it. Whatever it is, I don't care. So he did. He administered the medication, and oh my gosh, like my heart started going down. My heart rate started going down. I started leveling
Uh,
out. I'm thinking things are okay. He's like, okay, we're going to keep you for a couple of nights because we need to monitor your heart and what's going on. I'm like, okay, cool. So I get to the room, and this is the first night. I have the most awesome nurses. They were praying. They were praying with me. You know, it was awesome. So there was this weird guy. So he comes in with the scrubs and the leather jacket. And he comes in, he goes, hi, Miss Wright. And I'm thinking like, hi, like who, you
and
don't have
you
a
are
name badge or nothing. Like, who are you? Oh, hi. So it seems like we have some sludge around your liver. Oh, I said, so who do I have the pleasure of speaking to? He goes, oh, I'm a surgeon. Oh, oh, okay. In my head, I'm thinking you should have just led with that. Because I'm thinking like you're a stranger
serve the
danger in my
time.
room. What is going on? So um so he goes, yeah, we're gonna have to like run some tests on your liver, because you might have to go in and operate on you tomorrow. So, I'm already stressed out because I'm like, what the heck is going on with my heart? One,
Right.
two, what's now going on with my liver?
Right.
What was happening? So, again, in my mind, it says, you will live and not die. You shall
Yep.
live and not die. Your mom was messaging me, you will live and not die. I'm praying for you. Don't worry
Let's
about it.
go,
I
first
got you.
lady.
Like the first lady, she does not miss a beat. That
She
is
does
the best
not.
first lady I've ever, ever have. That is my light skinned mama. Okay.
Okay.
Listen.
Like right. I
So,
heard that, mom. Like
which
right.
is great because to be encouraged like that in such a time where you don't know your future or your outcome.
Exactly.
And that next day he comes back, he's like, looks like we don't see any more sludge on your liver. Oh, so where did it go? Because so the
Oh,
great thing was is that I was able to leave the hospital. They put me on this medication. They told me if your heart rate goes over 125, then you need to take a medication. Well, my heart hasn't really gone up that high, which is awesome. So I never had to take it.
good.
And my liver, there was nothing going on with my liver anymore. I went to a cardiologist and he said there's nothing going on with my heart. My heart is in good health. It just sounds like this was just a I don't he's like, I don't even know how to even explain what happened.
It's God.
Because I looked at your chart and it looked like you would have some type of heart condition in your family or whatever, but I don't find anything out of the ordinary. That ain't nothing but God. That ain't nothing
Okay.
but God. That ain't. I was about to be put in a
Let's
coma. About to be put in a coma. About to go undergo surgery. Okay, and you gonna tell me
woo.
you can't find a cause?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I'm
My
gonna tell you
heart
the
rate is
cause.
normal.
Cause God. Cause God.
Can't tell me God
Okay.
ain't real, honey. Can't tell me God ain't real. Can't tell me.
Ah,
I would
that
never, never. I can never ever say God ain't real for what He brought me through just that one time.
just
Not
that
let
one.
alone all the others.
Okay.
And there's others.
Jesus. Jesus. That's
Yeah, yeah.
crazy. Couldn't find a thing. Come
Nothing.
on,
My heart
God.
is great.
God was like, let me just go ahead and swipe this. So here,
Hold on,
take
let me
it.
just elevate your face. So just in
Let me
case you
just
thought you
elevate
can't
your
believe me, I'ma show you gonna believe me one way or another.
okay. Okay. Let's go,
Yeah,
God. Bro,
yeah.
that's only half. That's only we're not even it's not even half.
That was
that's a quarter of the story.
that was just a quarter of my story.
That story. Bro, okay, so we're gonna get into the meat thing. That was the appetizer. Are
That
y'all
was
ready
just,
for the meat? Are y'all ready for the meat?
let's get into the meat.
Okay, so we gotta get into how does a pageant winner? I mean, gosh, Jesus. Okay, how does a pageant winner have a background of being kidnapped, pretty much left for dead, and starvation? Like, what?
Yeah,
What?
yeah,
We got to get into that because that's man.
yeah,
And I'm gonna tell
yeah,
you, I don't even know the story, so my
yeah.
reaction is as real as they come. For real.
Yeah, not a lot of people know the story. So it all started off with MySpace, and typical trying to find love in all the wrong places, and believing everything that you see is not always glitter and gold. And I surely found out in my testimony how things are not always, you really have to lead with your discernment. So it all started with
Right.
MySpace. I started talking to this guy, and we kicked it off. We talking for a while. It was like maybe a year or so. We're in this long distance relationship, and he's like, I really want to see you. Like, I really want to like meet you. Like, fly out. Like, I'll pay for your ticket. Fly out here. Okay. From the moment that ticket was purchased, I knew something wasn't right.
Yeah.
From that moment, and in hindsight, had I really went with my gut feeling, I would never have this story to tell. Because I got my happy hips in that on that flight, and that was the
Yeah.
most longest flight of my life, because I just knew something bad was going to happen. I didn't know what, I didn't know how, but I just knew something bad was just going to take place. So I get off the flight, mind you, the person that he tells me that he is not the person that I'm seeing in person. When I tell you this man
Mm.
looks like a monster, my gut just sunk to the floor. I was like, how am I going to escape this? How? This is at night. This is about 12:30 in the morning. And I get in the car. It's raining outside, so I can see the raindrops on the window. And I'm praying to God. I'm like, God, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this situation because I'm stuck now. Um, and I don't know how. So we get to the house, and I was trying to come off nice and understanding, but again, I wanted to know, like, why did you lie about what you look like?
Right.
Because that wasn't cool. And he was like, well, because you would have never talked to me. I'm like, you're absolutely right, I would never have talked to you.
Right.
But I think honesty should have been something that we have discussed in multiple conversations. So things started getting kind of crazy. He put me into this room, locked the door, wasn't able to get out. I didn't eat for a few days. The only matter of fact, no, I lied. I had food. It was trail mix, and I was putting them. It was a bag of trail mix that I had from the flight, and I was like trying to conserve it because I didn't know if I was ever going to eat. And I believe I had like a half of a water bottle. So that's what I really like survived on for the first 3 days. And so I remember like trying to like, okay, so if I eat these four right now, if I eat it slow, then I'll feel something, and then I'll feel like, I've eaten, and whatever. So I'm in
These
this room like,
four.
what? Oh
Oh
yeah,
my
oh yeah.
god.
I remember counting them up, like, okay, I can eat this for peanuts, and I can eat that, and I'll be okay. And so I did. And the first
Woo.
day it was hard. Because the first day I was just scared that he's gonna come in and I was just gonna like get drugged, and I didn't know how this was gonna play out. So
Right.
again, first 3 days was very hard, very hungry. He unlocks the door, he goes, come on out. So, I did. And sat on the couch, and he was like, well, we have to be together, and that's the only way. And I was like, oh, okay, like we can be together, whatever it takes for me to live at this point. You
Okay.
could have you could have told me to jump off the window, and I sure probably should have would I would have.
Legs broken and all. I don't care.
My legs broken and all. So at that point, I sat on the couch, and he's like, I prepared a meal for you, because I know you're hungry. And I was like, yeah, I really am. So I ate the food slowly because I was like, I don't know if this is gonna be my last meal. I need to make
Right.
sure this lasts. So he tells me, he's like, we have to be together. So I need you to clean up this house and I need you to assume the wifey duties. I'm looking at him like, wow, like what? So at this time, the phone, so I had a cell phone, but he was paying for it. He turned it off. So I couldn't even get in contact with my mom. So the next day, um, he was like, I gotta go run to the store and pick up some stuff. So he goes to the store, pick up some stuff. And as he's at the store, I'm calling my mom. I'm like, Mom, like, I'm gonna need some help. And she goes, Is everything okay? I said, I really can't talk, so I'll call you later. We had been playing phone tag for a few weeks. My mom was like, Is everything okay? Like, how is everything? Is everything good? And I was like, yeah, 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 everything's fine, trying to keep the peace because he came back and I was like, hey, mom, like, da, 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 I miss you, da, da, da. And he's
Mm.
asking me questions like, what is, like, oh, you was having a conversation with your mom? I said, yeah, you want to talk to her, yada, yada, yada. So he's like playing this part. We're playing the part of we're this happy couple. And I'm like, okay, so I have to like play this part because I have to live. I have to somehow make it home.
Right.
So the next week, so mind you, for this span, it was almost 3 months. Almost 3 months I was held captive where I couldn't use the restroom without asking. I couldn't take a shower without asking. And I had to stay in one central room if he left. So one time he had left and I told my mom, I called my mom and said, hey, I don't have much time to talk. I had to delete this call off the caller ID because it was a house phone.
Right.
Listed. I need to fly home. I'm gonna need a taxi because there's no way I'm gonna be able to get back home ever. He's holding me against my will, and that's what it is. I said, I don't have much time to talk. I have to go. I love you. Talk to you later. She's like, what the heck? All right, I'll call you. She's like, well, call me back in a few days and I'll let you know like the flight information. Okay, cool. Boom. Next day I call her. Hey, what's up on that flight situation? Because at this point, I'm
Yeah.
tired. I'm like, I'm not taking showers every day because he doesn't want me to. He wants me to submit to his time and all that kind of stuff. So it was very scary. I was scared for my life. And I remember praying to God, like, God, I promise you, if you get me out of this situation,
I will serve you for the rest of my life.
I will never go back. So there was this one time where I sat on the couch. He was he was going towards the bathroom, like to my left. And I heard something really heavy drop and my gut just went to the floor. And I was like, what is that? Like, no, that was something. So I reached in my purse and I grabbed a pistol. I don't know what that pistol was going to do because what he had that fell on the ground will do more damage than what I had in my
Okay.
purse for sure. So he goes, snap, ah, ah. So I was like, what the heck was that? So I'm holding on to this thing for dear life. I'm like, oh, like no. So he comes back in. He goes, oh, like I'm ready to get dinner started. Let's get dinner started. I need you to prepare the meal. So I'm in the kitchen cooking. Like, okay, let me just go ahead and get this. I don't know if I gotta do something. If you say jump, I'm trying to figure out how high I gotta jump.
Right.
So that next day, I remember calling my mom. She's like, "Hey, I got this flight information. You better make sure you bring your black behind home." Period. So at that point, that's my mom. So
Say less.
I'm more scared of her than them at this point. Because if I don't get on that flight home, it's gonna be bad. So I say, "Okay, mom." She's like, "I got the taxi. He's gonna come. He's gonna be there at 10 o'clock." Okay, cool. I will be there. So Um, the next morning, I get up. Well, when I'm back that night, I'm packing my clothes, and I remember thinking to myself, "Okay, Aricka, like you may not be able to take these clothes with you, so you need to come up with a plan B because it's going to be an altercation." So I was like, "Okay." So I just started folding the clothes, putting the clothes away. He's like, "What are you doing?" He comes in like barging. "What are you doing?" I'm just trying to straighten up, make sure everything's nice and orderly. Oh, okay. We're going to the store tomorrow, so be ready. I'm like, ooh, that sounds like a perfect little opportunity.
Right.
So I was like, okay, no problem. Like, I'll be ready. And he goes, yeah, and you might have to watch somebody's kids tomorrow. I was like, okay, whatever, that's cool, whatever. So that next day, that morning comes, and I'm like, okay, it's flight. You have to take this flight. You have to get on the flight. So I get my stuff. I roll it out to the main room, and I go, hey. He goes, what are you doing? I'm leaving. And he goes, what? I go, I'm going home. He goes, no, you're not. I said, no, I am going home. I'm sorry. I've played this long enough, but it's time for me to go home. I miss my mom. Well, I could have bought you a plane ticket. We could have gone together. No, 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 no. This flight is a solo flight. I'm going
Right.
home. I'm not ever coming back here. He's like, you're not going anywhere. I said, I don't care if I have to jump out the window to jump on top of this taxi because I'm going home. So I don't
Okay.
know what we have to do. We have to fight. Let's fight. He was
Okay.
like, I don't care. He grabs my shoulder. He's like, I don't care what you think. You're not leaving me. You're not leaving me. I said, I pushed him back. I said, I'm leaving. So I'm grabbing my bag. I was like, you know what? Forget that bag. I don't need it. So I march over to the balcony because he had a balcony. I opened the door and I climbed my legs over. I'm about to jump. He's like, no, no, I'll just let you go. You just go. I said, all right, so if I don't have to jump, then I don't have to jump. So let me just go ahead and climb back over. So
Yeah.
I remember running back and I was like, just give me my stuff and let me go. So he grabs my arm. He's like, we're not over. I said, no, we're done. After today, we're not ever seeing each other again. Don't call me. Don't do nothing. I don't want to see you ever again. Like, I'm good. Like, leave me alone. So I'm running towards my bag. I grab it in my hand and he goes, well, let me walk you down. No, I don't want you to walk me down. You stay up here. Like, leave me alone. And he goes, no, I'm walking you down. So he grabs my bag. And so we're like rustling, tussling going down the stairs.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, no, like I need my bag. And what if you try to take it or whatever? I don't know what was my stronghold with this bag. Cause honestly, it didn't matter. I don't have those clothes now. So
Right.
anyway, so I get downstairs and I just sprint to the car. I said, so I sprint to the car. I had my bag in my hand and I got into the car with my bag and I said, if you won't take my black behind to the airport now, like push it, don't look back, don't do nothing, we're leaving. And
Yeah.
so he did just that. He's like, are you okay? I was like, I'm not okay. I'm crying at this point because I'm like, I just made it. I just made it through, right? I just made it through. And I'm like, oh my God, what if he tried to follow me to the airport? So I'm like, I'm already like, oh snap, like, what am I going to do if I get to the airport and he
Yeah.
already there? Like, what am I going to do?
Right.
So during the car ride, I'm praying to God. I'm like, God, please get me on this flight. Like, God, like, I don't care what I have to do. Like, Lord, if I have to become a nun, like, I will do that. Just let me get home. Like, I don't care. And the guy, he was like, it's gonna be okay. He's like, I'm gonna get you safe and I'm gonna get you safely home. And like it was funny because he moved his mirror and he was like, I need you to understand, like, I'm gonna make sure you get home safe.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that must be God's little angel trying to tell me, like, I'm gonna get home. But you
Okay.
know, at the end, the back of your mind, when you're in a situation where you're being held against your will, learn not to really trust anything or anyone. So my guard was still up, and I was like, okay, so I had my bags in my hand, and I was like, if I have to like jump out this car, hopefully this bag will
Right.
cover me. So I finally made it to the airport. And I'm standing in line. So I'm like, this would be the perfect time for him to come and snatch me up. And then I'm
Right.
stuck. And I remember telling myself, Aricka, just make sure if you yell and scream because you got to get home. Your mama said you got to get home. So I was able to get through that. And once I got on the plane, I felt like, okay, I'm going to make it home. And that's really how I like escaped. It was I'm definitely giving you guys like the rated G version just because of how like severity the situation is. But it was a very scary time in my life. Like I was scared for my life every day I was there.
That's, oh my gosh.
Talking about
And
living in fear,
talk about living in fear. And
literally.
the crazy thing is a lot of people, it started from MySpace. Now, if we advance it to today's time, it's
It still
IG,
happens.
Facebook, and it still happens, and people don't ever think that it will be them.
Oh, because I did not think it was gonna be me. Absolutely
Right.
not.
And the fact that you, from that moment, even though you had your gut feelings, even though you had, your inklings, you had all that, you still proceeded in it. But the beautiful thing is, God still kept you. Like, man,
Because he didn't have to.
he
And
didn't
the
have
crazy
to.
part was 5 years ago, I went to your guys' the Remnants um women's conference,
Yeah.
and I had told myself that whole situation was going to be in the grave. I didn't think that I was ever going to tell the story ever, ever. I was going to just throw it under and be good. So um the prophet, Dr. Robin,
Right,
called
came
out
and
the
got it.
situation where, if you remember when I was telling my story, where the heavy object dropped on the ground. And she said that was a knife and he was planning to cut you up. And no one would have known that because I had
Right.
not shared that story, not to that
Exactly.
specific. And she painted the room exactly and the situation to the T. Like
I
it was
remember
crazy.
that.
I didn't, you were there.
I was
Like
there,
I'm not
and
making the story up. Like I wish I was, because it would save me a whole lot of heartache and a lot of pain that I endured because of that, a lot of triggers. Um, but from that, it was like God letting me know that you thought that I forgot about you, but I didn't. I was still covering you, even
woo,
though you thought that I didn't care about you. Even though you saw everyone else get blessings and you saw everyone else, I need you to know that I was there even in the midst of your troubles. I was right there. I never left your side. So that
never.
is my biggest lesson, is that God has never left me. And when I remember back to that time, I remember those little mercies, and I believe that was God, because that's the only thing that would have kept me alive at this point.
Yeah, yeah, no, real.
Praying, praying, praying.
Oh my gosh, like that.
Yeah,
That story, that just the fact that you were just held captive, and you didn't know like what the next day will
the next
hold.
hour when he
Like,
opened the
right,
door, I didn't know if I was gonna be the gun. I didn't know if it was gonna be the knife. I didn't know if I was gonna be more people coming in bombarding. I didn't know what that was gonna look like. Seriously, I had no idea. I was living in fear to the point of I was crying at night. I was just sobbing because I didn't know if today was gonna be my last day.
man, that, and the fact that you're here, like you're
And
here, and
still
you're
standing.
not crazy, like you're literally in your right mind. You know your name. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people
Yeah,
get traumatized because of experiences like that.
yeah.
And just the fact that God kept you in your right mind, I'm like, dang, bro. Okay, so you have to tell the people, what are you doing now? Like, now,
Right now, right
right
now,
now.
I
I need to
am
know it all.
okay. Right now, I am. I do makeup. It's called Flavored.
Okay, okay,
Just add a little
flavored. We
flavor.
see
And
you.
honestly, the cool thing about it is that I get to encourage women. So, and it's crazy because you play a makeup and you do makeup for other people, but you don't always know their story either. So it also gives
Yeah,
me a chance to share my story and to encourage women, young girls, that, you can put makeup on, but you're so beautiful on the inside. And you don't need a man
yeah,
to tell you that. You don't need nobody else to tell you that. You tell yourself that.
yep.
And yeah, so that's cool. I'm in fashion shows, I'm
Okay,
modeling, get my strut on, and into audiobooks, narrating audiobooks.
yes, man.
Um, yeah, it's the voice for me. It's the
It's the
voice.
voice.
It's the voice for me. Um, yeah, so that's what I'm doing, writing, spoken word, all of that. I think
Man,
right now I'm such in a time of my life where God is really using my story as my platform to where people can listen. I mean, don't let the lashes and the dimples fool you, because I do have a story. I do have a story. And I know most people will look at me and think like, oh, you never been through nothing wrong. But literally, those are only just the two out of many stories that I have
exactly.
um, that are like life changing that, most people would
Oh
never
yeah,
even think.
let me let y'all know because her story is so major, and I feel like people need to hear it. She doesn't tell it as often. She tells bits and pieces, but I'm gonna get her to tell it all because that's what we do on One Big Brave. Okay, I'm just letting you know. So there will be a part two because I
Wow.
think your story is so. Oh yeah, sorry, just letting you know live. There's that. That's how we do. There will
Okay.
be a part two because I feel like people really need to hear what you've been through to know why you are where you are. It didn't stem from nothing, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like
Yeah.
your story is so powerful and so great and so it's so mind-boggling.
Yeah.
It's like, well, dang, if she can go through X, Y, Z, and then A, then why can't I? Like, what's your why?
And
And you found your why. And you're doing makeup to encourage people, to beautify people. And that's
yeah.
through your story, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a part two. Just want to let you know that. So sorry to let you know on live, but just so y'all know too. Just so y'all know too. Yo, I definitely want you to tell people where to find you. Where can they search for you? Where can they find you? Where can they talk to you? Where can they reach out to you? Oh,
Okay, so so my name on Facebook is Aricka Ja'Vette. So that's apostrophe Vettee, and flavored for Instagram. You can also reach me at that at sign top notch AJW. Okay. Top notch.
top
And
nine.
yes, I'm actually working on building my brand because I feel like I'm going to go to new heights, especially with my story. I want to reach out to as many people as I can. I want to share my story because I feel like it's going to affect somebody else. These young girls are out here. Some of them don't have family that really do care about them. Unfortunately, I had like the best support system. So there was really no reason why
Yeah,
I did
yeah,
what I did. But for those who don't, I would love to be that support system. Yeah, you got to have somebody in your corner
got
to let
you.
you know that it's okay, that you're
Yeah,
beautiful, you're going to
yep.
get through this. And if you need me, call me.
Coming, oh, when you need me, babe. Yo, thank you so much, Erica. Like for real, for real, for
You're
real. You are
welcome.
for life, but I appreciate you even accepting the call to grace the stage because I did call you on the fly, and I was like, yeah, you need to tell your story. So on October 13th, I did, but
Exactly. You did.
I know people needed to hear it. I know people needed to hear it, and I'm so grateful for you being a guest. Like you already know you're coming
Thank you
back.
for having me. It's the
Listen,
pleasure is mine. I'm stepping
please
out
do.
into my story, and I'm glad that
Yes,
it's time.
it's time.
It's time.
Yep, yep. Time to make the change. Ah, ah.
You got to be the change agent
You
in
gotta
order to
be the.
see change.
You're the second person that said that, but we're not gonna say who else. April Thomas said it too yesterday. Okay.
Call
Um,
her out. Call her out.
hey, go ahead. Yo, again, thank you again so much. Y'all follow
Thank
her,
you.
Aricka
Thank
Ja'Vette on
you.
Facebook,
Thank
Flavored
you.
on IG, Top Notch AJW on IG. Follow her, and let me tell y'all, her makeup be on point. Don't sleep on it, y'all. And that's a light beat.
It
When y'all see
is.
her on face now, that's a light beat. So y'all already know she gonna come with it. She gonna come. She does everything. Yo,
Yeah.
thank you again. I love you, sister.
I love you so much.
I love you
Thank you
too.
so much for having me. Thank
Oh
you.
yeah, always, always. We're gonna put you on the back burner, And
Bye,
that will
y'all.
drop
Thank you
into
for listening to my story.
you.
Bye.
Bye. Love you. Yo! Did y'all catch what she said? Like, her story is like powerful. And that's only a piece of it. Y'all only got like 50%. So imagine when she come for part 2 and she told the rest of it. Oh, it's about to be a wrap, bro. Like, it's about to be a whole wrap. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys for commenting. Thank you guys for taking your time out, for being in the audience, gracing the stage, on the platform, typing in the comments, saying do dot dot, or even watching. Like, it's the little things. Are you ready for the word value? Okay, the word value is, you don't have to root for me. Just respect my progress. Woo! Respect it. Okay? Man, that's gonna take you places. That's gonna take you to places. Yo, next week we're gonna be live. You already know, 10 a.m. Pacific. Specific, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Catch us live every single Wednesday. We're in here, 1 billion brave. I love y'all so much. Thank you again. Ashley, I love you. I love you, sister. Thank you again, First Lady Bailey, for giving me this platform. Follow me on IG at Coach Domo J, and also on Facebook, 1 Billion Brave, to keep up with us, sister. I'm letting y'all know what we doing. I'm letting y'all know. Wendy, I love you. Thank God for you too. Yeah, and I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Until then, we out. Gabe, get me out of here. 1 billion brave. 1 billion. Love you. 1 billion brave.